You were so ready to camp my ass for being late. Like, doesn't happen.
I didn't.
You see what
I didn't.
You were preying on my downfall. This is what I'm saying.
I haven't escalated the last 5 times.
You have. Look at you now.
I'm escalating in response to your escalation.
Well, I'm escalating in response to you of all the years escalating. It's funny because I think we cuck each other.
That's a crazy word.
Okay, sorry. I've been seeing comments of people who, when we say don't put this in, it's in. What are we putting in that's in?
Hey, don't put this in.
Yeah, don't put this in.
But you can put in the part where we say don't put this in.
Yeah.
But don't put the stuff in that we said don't put in. Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of We Were Fighting Before This. And I'm pleased to announce today me and Yvonne actually weren't fighting before this because we spent a week together traveling in Canada. And we were fighting a lot then, so that by the time we got together today, there's nothing left to fight about.
You know, I felt like today, the reason why we didn't fight was because Skara was there as a diffuser. He was eating on the kitchen island, and then we were just talking about stuff randomly together, and it was fun. What, you don't think so?
Just say, yeah, we didn't fight today. Yay. Why is it like, well, the reason is because Scar was there to stop. Why is it not just...
Because usually you're the one who says something.
See, I need a fan with too much time on their hand to make a compilation of me not escalating, you escalating, me calling you out, and then you say, well, that's because usually you are gonna escalate, which to be fair, I've done, but I feel like the last 5 times we've escalated is that scenario where I don't escalate, you escalate, but then you put it on all the times I escalated before in the past.
Do you understand triggers?
So like, because this environment is familiar, you're on the defense? Is that
it's
trigger?
Because in the past you have done XYZ, which caused me to do that. So this is literally like you blaming me for having reactions to triggers when you have done this to me for the past however many years, and then being like, hey, put a compilation on all this just because it is, you don't let me heal from it.
Well,
first.
Here's the thing, I haven't escalated the last 5 times. I'm wondering how many times
you have. Look at you now.
I'm escalating in response to your escalation.
Well, I'm escalating in response to you of all the years escalating.
How about this? What would you like for me to fix this?
You can't be fixed. It's either I just accept you for what you are and until you... Well, you are going to therapy still, you know what? Thank God for that. And then after that, we'll see, you know.
What would you like me to say so that we're not escalating? Escalator.
So hard. How do I put this? You just have to stop being you. Stop being who you are.
You're picking a fight, and I'm not going to give it to you.
Yeah,
I'm not going to give it to you. I'm going to keep being nice. We had a lovely time in Canada, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. It was fun.
We had a lot of fans in Canada.
Dude, it was like the place where I feel like aside from the Philippines where I felt like it was the most density in terms of fans. And I was so shocked. It felt unreal. Every restaurant that we went to, it wasn't just like, just one server that recognized us. It was like the entire staff multiple times, which was really cool. I just didn't expect it. I didn't know that Toronto had such like a fan base.
Yeah, we're not saying this to glaze ourselves. It's more that we're very humble, so that it was surprising where so much people knew who we were.
Calling ourselves humble is a little cringe, but I don't know. Is it a little like, we're
It's like we go to a restaurant and the entire kitchen staff is coming out to say hello.
Yeah.
But to be fair, we were there with Tarek for a VCT event as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people also know who he is. So combine like OTV, so you cover all the Asians, and Tarek, so you cover all the Valorant fans. It was a lot of people. But it was really cool to see the fan base. You had this comment about how even though, you know, we're kind of in a more chilling phase of our career, fans-wise, it has never felt more fans than now, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like years ago, because we've been doing this for a while now, I feel like I get recognized way more often now. And I'm kind of a little bit confused by that, because I would feel like back then I would assume COVID or other times were more so our peak, but but now it just seems like there's more and more and more. So I don't know what the reasoning or yeah.
I think the longer you've been in a space, you just naturally have more fans over time. Like
you accumulate more over time.
You accumulate like Ian McKellen. He plays Gandalf. He's old as hell, right? Even though he's not popping these days, it's just because he's so old and he has such a long career that naturally a lot of people who would see him would know who he is.
Yeah.
As a Sabrina Carpenter was just popular now, and everyone's talking about her, but she's only been around for like 2 years.
She's been around for a long time, but she just had her more breakthrough because like she used to be on Girl Meets World. She was a child actress, and then she started doing music, but she never really like insane level pop up, but she was still famous and stuff.
I'm really sorry for not knowing her history. I apologize.
Oh, no worries. I'm here to educate you.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
But Toronto was great though.
Oh yeah, Toronto was fun.
What's the deal with Labubus? Chelsea, do you have Labubus? Do your girlfriends have Labubus? She's nodding.
Yeah. I mean, they're just like, they're cute. Okay. It started from Lisa from Blackpink. She really liked them, I think. And then that got a lot of attention. And then I think Kim Kardashian or other people also started wearing them. And so, yeah, they picked up quite quickly. And it's a blind box thing. I feel like blind boxes with secrets have this addiction factor or like other, like, oh my God factor to it.
Chelsea, what's your views on Labubus? You keep it real, so I gotta ask you.
It's not for me. I'm a collector. I love collecting figurines, mini brands, anything. But Labubus didn't hit for me. I don't know why.
You don't know why?
It doesn't hit for everybody. It did not hit for me for the longest time. And then one day, I thought they were cute and then it was over. You know, I held one in my hand also after like a little bit. I was like, oh, maybe they are cute. They start like kind of seeping into your brain when you've seen enough like around or TikToks and you get influenced. And then I was holding one and I felt so much serotonin after opening it. And I was like, I love you. You know, that's how it started.
It's just that there's so little variety in Labubus. There's 6 different ones per set. There's 3 sets. So there's essentially 18 regular Labubus. And these are being manufactured in the hundreds of thousands. So the odds of you having the same Labubu as someone else you see is like actually really high.
Yeah.
So people still, because Pokemon cards, see, that's something worth collecting because there's so much unique Pokemon cards and different rarities and different secrets. So I can understand why Pokemon cards are really cool. But Labubus, see, I don't get it because everyone has the same kind.
Well, it's kind of like an accessory too. So people use it as decor for their house, like because they have other ones that are standing ones and big ones, Zimomos, and then they also have ones that you hang on your purse. So it's because it's like an accessory that like isn't so expensive. It is expensive for what it is, but like it's purchasable. So then you can hang one and it looks cute.
We paid $100 for one box, one Labubu box.
That's resale price, yeah.
Resale price. Normally, if you buy from Pop Mart, it's $20.
Yeah.
It's 5x right now, and people are still buying them at $100 per box.
Oh yeah, because you can't get them.
And I've seen videos of people fighting over Labubus at the vending machines.
Yeah, resellers. I don't know. It's just, but you wanted one.
I wanted it because our manager Jenny was walking around with a Labubu, and a lot of girls were hitting her up, talking to her. It's like, "Oh, I love your Labubus," and they start talking. My strategy is to hang a Labubu off my belt loop so the ABGs would talk to me. Men, you gotta start pretending that you like Labubus. Gone are the days where you carry a cute little dog to the park. Now you carry a cute little Labubu to a rave, and then you watch the girls come up to you and say, "Oh my God, I love your Labubu."
See, performative. He's gonna sip matcha with the Labubu on his belt loop and talk about how much he loves like Pop Mart and blind boxes.
And it'll work.
And Sanrio.
And it'll work, especially if you have the secret Labubu. We should do this as a social experiment. I'm going to get a secret Labubu.
If you stand in line, people will talk to you sometimes because of it. Or the cashier or whatever it is. You just create conversation. You know, honestly, the thing that I like more than Labubus itself is the bonding that comes from it. Like I got Leslie into Labubus and we like really bonded over that. Or like anybody that you meet, you have like an instant, oh my God, like we both like you are or instantly have something in common because somebody sees it and they comment about it. So it's been really cute in that way. And like gifting it to people because people love getting it. Like I have extras of of Labubus and then I have so many friends who are like, oh, I really want one. And I just give it to them because I have an extra and it's like the best thing ever. For $20, I feel like it buys my friends so much joy. It makes me happy.
We went to Pacific Mall, which is this Asian mall in Toronto, and every store sold Labubus.
Yeah, they had a lot of resellers there.
The camera stores were selling Labubus. The clothing stores were selling Labubu themed clothing. It's taking over the Asian ABG community right now.
It's not just ABGs. Everybody loves it.
Mostly the people I see it.
No, it's everybody. It's like a worldwide phenomenon.
Chelsea, weigh in.
Do you think Labubus are like minions? Because minions did take over.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's actually kind of general enough that so many people like it.
I don't think it's on the minion level.
Oh, it's not on minions level because it's not like, but you should see it. Like my feed has been crazy, rampant with that shit.
While you're going into Labubu talk, you're camping the Labubu shops on TikTok to try and get a blind box.
And I never get it because the bots are too freaking fast. And I told you, I said, you build a bot so that I could get it. And then I'm just trying to buy it. I'm not trying to resell it. I just want one for myself.
Why don't you just pay full price? You have money.
It's not full price. It's wrongful price. Okay. It's resellers. And we're encouraging resellers by buying from them. And I don't like that. But it's also impossible to get at the same time. So if you really want it, you have no choice sometimes but to go to resellers. So it sucks. What I'm saying is you make a bot so that I just get it at retail price and I don't have to go to resellers.
Is it also unethical to use botting to purchase product?
I don't know, but I feel like if your intent is good, then it's okay.
So the bad things you do aren't bad, but the bad things other people do are bad.
Well, they're reselling it. I'm not reselling it. I just want it for myself. Yeah, but they're using the bot. We're just taking it from them.
What about the innocent people who are just clicking normally?
Yeah, but I don't buy like a billion. I just buy one.
I'm not going to build you a bot.
And that's why you're selfish.
Okay, enough about the Labubus. This is a fad and it's going to move on like the Beanie Babies. I bet you 1 year from now, no one's going to have Labubus.
Remember this 1 year from now.
1 year from now, Labubus are out of fashion. No one cares about them. And Yvonne will be left with 50 Labubus in her room with nothing to do with them.
They're still cute.
Chelsea, what's our topic list for today?
Before we go into topics, I want to bring up one thing. You've mentioned in the past, Toast, that Yvonne is like your minion, and Pokey validated that. And someone in the comments said that...
What?
Yes, this is true because Yvonne follows around like a minion, follows a Gru, and you are the Gru.
No! Well, you are evil like Gru.
Do you agree?
You don't think you're a minion? Oh no, Chelsea, you just shattered her world view of herself.
Dude, minions? What do you mean? But minions are so happy and they don't fight back. I fight back all the time.
So you're not like a minion.
No.
I equate Yvonne to a minion in their rebellious stage. Like a daughter who was raised with a very strict father and now has grown of age and is pushing back, taking out years of resentment against him.
That's only because it's you.
Yeah.
Because you push onto me and then makes me push back to you.
See, I approach you with, you're familiar with the term love bombing, right?
Uh-huh.
Wow, I'm trying to do hate bombing where I just like, go at you, yell at you, high aggression, bop, bop, bop. And then I'm nice to you. Oh, Yvonne, you're the best. Let's go do stuff. Bop, bop, bop. So this contrast will keep you on your tippy toes and make you confused.
That is a toxic like relationship where you get love and hate bombed in a way.
Yeah.
That is insane.
But that's why people say you're Gru. You're an evil man.
Mm-hmm.
And Yvonne is the minion.
Yeah, because I'm cute and innocent and happy until somebody evil comes along.
And yet, here we are having a podcast.
That is toxic. Love and hate bombing.
Yeah, I'm mixing it up,
There was something I heard about this. It was like someone talking about like a toxic relationship. And then they were like, what made you like miserable in the relationship? Like made you, but you despite being miserable still was trying to make it work. But what was making you unhappy?
Are you talking about this relationship or a relationship you've had with someone else?
Both. Okay. I'm trying to think right now. What makes me unhappy between us?
What makes me, let's see. What makes me unhappy in my relationship with Yvonne? Nothing really. I think my thing with bantering with you or Lily or a lot of my close friends is, there's this like back and forth, like fighting back sometimes.
Yeah.
I think with me, over the years of, 8 years of doing this with a lot of people, I think I'm generally a little more aware of like, when I step a foot over the line, because I've done it quite a lot.
Yeah, you have.
Fuck you. Like the first 4 years. So I like to think, and correct me if I'm wrong, that whenever I do step out of lines, like I feel pretty bad about it, and I will generally make a comment saying like, "Oh, sorry," or like check up on the person. I feel like not everyone has that ability to see it when they do it to me. There's definitely been some instances with our friends of like, I'm giving it to them, and then they give it back to me, and then it's like, "Ooh, that made me feel bad."
Yeah.
But they generally won't recognize that it did. And I would have to feel like, the right thing to do is for me to say something. But I think it's quite common to just say, you know what, that happens.
I think it is a little harder to read with you. I think throughout the years, I've gotten better at it, but I have to be there to witness the post. There was one time I remember I was leaving for something. You came out of your room door, and for me, I thought it was just like, oh, hey, like, oh, I'm going to go. And then I left. And then you told me after that, like the feeling of seeing me leave with somebody, or like that somebody that I forgot exactly how it went, but like it was me and like other people going out to like a party. And then he felt bad about it. And I didn't know that you felt bad about it, but you told me. But that I did not catch that, because to me that was like a very quick interaction, but it bothered you. And then I was like, oh, well, I like that you told me. It's just like I didn't, because I was leaving somewhere and I didn't stay. I couldn't like observe that something bothered you. So you would have had to tell me, or else I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, this was a situation where you were hanging out with one of my exes, and which is totally fine, like because you're friends with a lot of my exes. So you came over, and then you guys were having fun outside my room because I always have the ground floor.
Yeah.
And when you guys were leaving to go out and party, I opened my door briefly and saw you about to leave, and you were just like, "Hey," and then left. I'm like, oh, that feels pretty bad. But it's, it's one of those complicated situations. I know you didn't mean anything by it. It's just like, hey, bye. But at the moment, it was like, ooh, you're spending the entire evening hanging out with someone who I'm not trying to see. And to see that in my face was meh. Yeah. But that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Did you express this to Yvonne when you felt this?
Yeah. In a pretty non-confrontational and healthy manner.
It was. Yeah, he just told me. And then I was like, oh, sorry, I made you feel that way. Like I wasn't trying to, etc. We just talked about it, and that was it. Like it wasn't, we did not argue. We don't actually, okay, when it comes to, I know, which is crazy. It feels like it's reverse, but I don't think we've ever had like a really big fight about something serious. We usually kind of agree when it's a more private or serious matter, I guess. And then actually when it comes to very troll things is where we actually do yell and disagree a lot.
Yeah. I think if the vibe is like, hey, this is actually important, we kind of drop the whole banter, bickery stuff.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen often. So most times it's literally fighting the whole way through. We were on a bus in Toronto, and we were fighting the whole way through. I just remember feeling bad for the 8 other passengers around us, because all they had to listen to was me and Yvonne going at it for 20 minutes straight in the bus ride.
What were we fighting about?
I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like, hey, are we just getting practice in for our podcast? A lot of times we do it and everyone just starts listening and say, oh, wow, a live a live episode.
I know. We don't even try to. It just happens on stream. And then I just think like, wow, it is like we're having the podcast right now. But I mean, we've always had that. And sometimes it's recorded and sometimes it's not. A lot of times it's literally not even recorded. And to me, I just think, well, at least it's recorded now.
So what would you say is my quality that you, what's the term? White knuckle?
You mean quality or
Quality.
you like a disclaimer quality or something?
Yeah, my disclaimer.
Like you have a lot of good qualities about you.
Yeah, I know.
So there's a lot of pros.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a cons list.
Okay.
It's kind of like if I were to like precaution somebody, like he's really great, but.
Okay, you want to do a pros and cons list?
Yeah.
All right, pros and cons list.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a compliment sandwich, you know? We can take turns doing a pro, a con.
Okay.
Or we can just go pro,
Yeah.
pro, and then con.
I don't care either way.
Okay, let's.
Okay.
Ooh, wow.
What you change like your
well,
stance
okay.
ready to
Yeah.
like fight?
No. No. This is like an open. My body language is open.
Okay.
My
You look
feet-
like you're in like you're like fight mode.
Well, this is more
open.
direct to
Okay.
each other. It's not like we're talking about like a subject. This is our communication back and forth.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with the pro, and you can start with the pro,
Okay.
and then you go with the con, and then I go with the con.
Okay.
Pro, Yvonne is like a radiant ball of sunshine and has very warm energy, and people that meet you feel that way around you, like especially fans when they see you. It's like, oh my God, like so cute, squeeze your cheeks type beat.
This is the last part, man. Okay, your pro is you are also very nice and you treat the people around you, like your friends and work employees or anyone like surrounding, quite nice, I would say.
All right, now you hit me with a con, and depending on how harsh it is, I'm gonna respond appropriately.
Your con. I'm gonna imagine that I'm either describing you to someone who's never met you or someone that like could be interested in you, and I'm saying but. Okay. So his butt. Okay, this is a easy one for the first one. If he seems like he hates you, he doesn't. He's just very reserved initially, or like a bit shy around people he doesn't know that well. So you like give it some time. He doesn't hate you. He just needs to like spend time.
I can't think of a con for you, Yvonne, because you're just so great as a person.
You still want the magic cards, or like what is this?
I'm really thinking about it. I think most of your cons, your cons is you're indecisive.
Uh-huh.
I think decisions are very hard for you to make, just in general. There was a moment in Toronto, someone asked you something, and you're like, me? And again, it was not anything important.
I told you before, okay? If I don't have a strong opinion or care, like I don't care. You're asking me to care about something I don't.
That you don't. I saw your eyes light up and freeze like a deer.
I know. I don't remember what it was, but I know what you're talking about. But it was just like, I just don't have like, I don't care which way it was. Like you could pick, because like if you care more, like I just don't care.
Like you don't care about the outcome. You care more about being the person to have to make a decision.
How do I describe it? It's kind of like you're asking me to pick between two neutral things that I feel nothing towards. Like I don't feel strong. So then I'm like, well, what do I do? You know, I don't even have like one that I like more than the other to be like, I guess I like this one a bit more. That was non-existent. So then I'm stun locked because I'm like,
Yeah, I know. I saw your brain explode at that question. I think it was like, hey, do you want to go here for dinner or here for dinner? And you're like,
yeah, none of us are, like if you're telling me you want to go sushi, I'd be like, yeah, sushi, you know? But like it was like two places, like it really doesn't matter at that point.
there was a YouTube comment that was really funny. It's like, hey, should we paint this blue or red? Yvonne's response is, paint it purple.
Purple. Hey, sometimes that applies. Sometimes that applies.
Yeah, I would say that's the only thing that can get you in trouble or like have put you in a situation where it's just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a decision. You know, you gotta pick one.
Oh, my con before, I've gotten better at this, but my con was definitely being quite people pleaser early on, or like not really knowing boundaries of that for myself and other people. So that was a con. That's a con. I've gotten a lot better with that, I think. Okay, compliment or pro. Oh, okay, yeah, established. I think you have a very good business mind, and you have a good balance of both. We always actually talk about it when we're at OTV meetings, or there's been times where we're like, who should kind of like lead the ship in some ways. And I think I've always said Toast, and other people have said Toast, because he's like a very good balance of business, like kind of logical and emotional. So both.
Wow, thanks. Pro for Yvonne. I think, I mean, you know, not to stroke your own ego, she's the easiest person, I think, in our greater friend group to just make content with, because she's always a plus. Like I'll put it like this: you're never a minus.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, there are some, and I've been a minus before when like I'm just not feeling it, if I'm on a bad day and I still show up, but it's like the vibes are off. But you're always a plus, which is why I think a lot of people just enjoy having you on streams or in shoots or filming YouTube videos, because no matter what, you're gonna add to it. You don't hog the spotlight, which is also great because there's a lot of stronger personalities out there. You just add to it. So, and you're just very flexible. You're willing to make the effort to drive to places like these podcasts, or whenever we have a shoot at OTV. You make a lot of effort that a lot of people just don't make, because it's like, ooh, it's 15 minutes away. Nah, I'm good. It's like, ooh, I already did like my one thing today. Like, you're someone who can do a thing in the morning, do a thing at lunch, and then still have energy to sometimes do something at night. And if you don't, you'll say, hey, you know, I'm a little tired. So that's why a lot of people like doing content with Yvonne.
Yeah, that's also a con now, because I've been saying yes to everything that I've been feeling really tired and busy. Like, I remember looking at my schedule. I was like, I have something every single day. It'll be like some OTV things or ads, and then it'll be like a stream, and then or it'll be sponsors. It's all stacked on top of stuff. So I'm doing multiple things a day, and that's starting to wear me out now. So I'm like, oh, I gotta stop saying yes to everything. And like, but I always want to. My instinct, especially if I like the person, which I like a lot of people, it's like that I always want to say yes, and then that's what happens. I fall into this then too many things going on. But thanks, big compliment.
Hey, I got a con for you.
What? We're laughing. We're laughing.
And this is 50% troll and 50% my own observation. And we all make mistakes, right? So when people make small mistakes, like, yo, my bad, or sorry. When you make a small mistake, your response is, and I call you out on this a lot. It's like, that's not an answer. Isn't it like, oops, it's not a, my bad. It's a, But I know you. Like, when you do that, it's like, oh, that's her. Like, oopsie.
It's funny because like I usually apologize more to I'll say the words like sorry, oh my God, I'm sorry, to like people that actually I'm not as close with. So people that either we work with or whatever, but like, oh my God, so sorry, we're like blah blah. But like it's funny, the closer we are, sometimes I forget almost, because I just think like, oh, sometimes you're late, sometimes I'm late. Like, you don't have to apologize for that a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't make you apologize for being late, but it was just troll because you would make you point
don't make
that out.
me apologize. I was late, I'll be honest, a lot this weekend. 5 minutes late. The bus leaves at 11 and the meeting time is 10:45. To me, I read that as show up between 10:45 and 11 in a 15-minute window. I show up at 10:50, 5 minutes after the meeting time, but still within the window. And I have to see your smug face every morning the last 4 days saying, hey, you're late. How come you get to be late and I don't get to be late?
Well, you never had to apologize for. I wasn't like, say sorry, you know, like, I don't care. I just like that I get to tease you for being late, because you make it a thing for me all the time. See, this is actually all a cycle, because if you never did that to me, I would not do that to you.
Well, you can break the cycle. The power is in your hand.
There is no breaking the cycle. It would just be me tanking it still cycle and you still saying it.
Nah, if you broke the cycle then and there, I would not have continued it.
That is so not true because there have been times where you were late. I didn't say a thing, but then I come to the podcast and I'm late and you're about to reach out your phone to call me out. So you know what?
That time I didn't even call you out. I just reached out my phone. And the thing is, I realized I was doing it, and you saw me put the phone back in my pocket.
I saw your face.
You saw my face.
It's crazy.
You
Your
saw that I was gonna do it.
to do that.
And you also saw that I didn't do it. I fought against my base nature.
You didn't have to because I already received the message. I received it, body language and facial expression.
You knew I was fighting against my inherent programming. And instead of rewarding it, you treated it as if I went through with it.
Hey, and that's not the only time, okay? I saw a clip of us before we're about to play Elden Ring. And you were so ready to camp my ass for being late. Okay, you were camping there. And you're like, this girl goes to the bathroom like right before. Oh, I'm just gonna fucking grill her, you know? And I get back just in time. You're like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, nothing happened.
I didn't.
You were preying on my downfall. This is what I'm saying. Like, you want to break the cycle? You're not breaking the cycle.
And all I'm wondering is why can't you go to the bathroom? Because you were doing a 30-minute just chatting stream before. And no way you go to the bathroom the moment.
I was finishing the video, so I didn't go to the bathroom. I was watching an offline TV video. So I was finishing the video and I'm like, okay, I held it. Now I'm going to go pee because the video is done. And then I guess the tiny 1 minute break before we start because I didn't want to go as soon as we hop into Elden Ring.
Look, that's this topic, this situation. You weren't on time. I didn't yell at you.
You've yelled at her.
For this situation or other?
No. Many others.
Oh, many others. Yes,
yeah. Okay. And I'm just saying, if you wanted to break the cycle, even if I were late, then you wouldn't yell at me. Right? That's breaking the cycle.
Chelsea, did she show up at 12 o'clock today?
It was like 12:02.
Yeah, 12:02.
And it didn't say anything.
Wow, congratulations.
I don't get it.
For not saying something at 12:02 when it's at 12 o'clock that we're filming. 2 minutes is crazy.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you didn't. Hey, that would be crazy if you did because I have to drive here. That would be insane.
That's why I didn't say anything. Isn't this me breaking the cycle?
Oh my God. He's like, you should be praising me, or this is right for me doing the bare minimum.
I wasn't praising you. I wasn't praising anyone. You said if it's up to me to break the cycle. So today I didn't even say anything.
Then that means from moving here on forward, you're not going to say anything about me being late unless it really is absurd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
hey guys, mark this down.
The next time I'm late, that means you're not going to say anything.
Yeah, I won't say anything then.
Okay, look at this. We're breaking the cycle. Right?
I can't wait for you to break it.
I'm not gonna break
you
it.
Fucking liar.
I'm not gonna break it.
You snake.
In fact, I'm gonna purposely show up late to our next shoot and see if you say anything. And if you do, I'm posting this on our Patreon that we're starting together.
I have a question. Do you feel like you guys say to yourselves that you don't argue to like cope with something, but reality is you guys do actually fight?
The cope? I don't think so. I think he does things that trigger me.
We talked about this, but I think the reason why we don't fight is because we fight with such low stakes all the time. It probably is easier to not have a big fight because nothing can really get built up. And we're pretty aligned on like actual values and being respectful and communicative that it's hard to imagine us fighting. And I think we just care about each other so much that if it ever reaches that point, the other person won't put up like their walls or be offended that it's like, oh, why did you feel that way? Mm-hmm. And I think when we approach each other, it's also very like respectful. It's like, hey, you know, this thing happened, and not necessarily like, why did you do this thing?
Yeah. I think in general, if I can understand things, I am quite forgiving with my friends. And I would like similar reciprocation sometimes when it comes to that, because like no one is a perfect person. I think that is totally fine. And I probably hurt friends not knowing as well. But I have instances where like my friends have hurt me, and then I told them, and I said like, depending on how important this person is to me, I can either go the path of I don't talk to you, or like I keep you at arm's length now. I don't really want to associate with you as much, which I have done, and I still continue to do with some people. But then there are also people where they've hurt me, and then I choose the path of like, okay, well, you're not, it's okay. Just do better next time, or like, you don't have to be perfect. I'm not perfect, and I value our friendship enough that like, oh, that's fine. Like, I don't think in a lifetime that I don't want to put an expectation on my friends that they will never hurt me. I think it's more realistic to be okay, like, depending of course on what it is, that your friend does something to hurt you, they apologize, or they like, you talk it out, and it's like, okay, that's fine. Like, you don't need to be perfect.
Have you ever felt used by a friend?
Yeah. I mean, I think that comes very common in our industry, where relations or who you know definitely can enhance your career, or like bring you to higher heights. And so, especially when I was a manager back in the day for OTV, I think I experienced that a lot more. I still experience it now with people who want to bridge off of connections that we have. But yeah, there's people I met that I kind of, when I sense that, I'm like, oh, I almost feel like I need to protect my friends from you type of thing. Like, but yeah, that's happened.
Yvonne can be a generational haters toward people like that. I think you're not mean to a lot of people. I would say Yvonne's nice to 90% of people. The 10% I've seen her be, what's the word I'm looking for? Chippy towards. Aggressive? Not aggressive. Low patience is the word I would use.
Yes.
Are people who
low patience.
have more devious intent of like leveraging social climbers. I think is the best word I would use. Like, I think Yvonne has a good radar for social climbers, and with them, she's very short. Like, she's not gonna be rude, she's not gonna be mean, but she's not going out of her way to be their friends and inviting them to stuff. And she will also make her mind and opinion clear about those social climbers.
I just like don't. Sometimes the tactic is, they will overshare with you, or they'll be like close to you, like try to be close to you to make you feel like a closeness to them. And I don't reciprocate that. Or like, sometimes a vibe thing. It's not necessarily social climbers. It could be anybody that wants to be friends with you more than you have energy or want to do that with them. And I think it's very fair to like kind of protect your peace and not have to. This is part of me also being less of a people pleaser. Back then, I think I would feel bad. I always replied to everybody. And then now I'm kind of like, no, I'm in my protect my peace era, you know? Like, I'm gonna put my time where I want to. And I am not gonna spend it on people that I either don't feel as good vibes towards, and let alone like bring you out to whatever with my friends and stuff. Like, sometimes it's just more fun with us as well. I do have less patience for that.
Toast, what about you when you feel?
Definitely. But I think it's always in like I'm a big streamer. They want to collab and boost their platform, which I think is totally fine, because it goes both ways. In a collab, it always goes both ways. Like, during Among Us lobby, I think a lot of people would think about that as a moment to use me, but it's a lobby. I gain a lot of benefit from it. So I also think I'm generally aware enough if someone is using me and I don't know they're trying to use me, which I don't think has ever happened in all of my friendship. I think I've had friends or acquaintances that I was close to, but once, we stopped playing games together, we drifted apart. But I think that's super normal, because it's not like when we were playing those games, we were tight or anything. We just played a lot of games together. So never felt betrayed or like, ooh, they pulled a fast one on me and I didn't see it coming. So, I mean, yes and also no.
I think maybe we can move on to just even Canon events that you guys have gone through recently, or even in the last decade.
Canon events?
Yeah, what do you think is like a Canon event that most people or guys, or as a guy, go through?
I'm watching Love Island right now, this reality TV show. It's all the rage. And a lot of these guys, they're early 20s. And the way they handle their emotions, I'm like, damn, that's like, you just like me for real. Mm-hmm. It's that moment where guys become nonchalant, where he's goofing around and the girl's like, oh, what are you doing? You're being so weird right now. And the guy just completely shuts down, becomes nonchalant. Hand goes in the pocket, hood goes up, and it's just kind of distant the entire day. And guys, I'm sure all of you know what I'm talking about. Girls, I'm sure all of you know what I'm talking about. And he asked him, hey, is everything okay? And he's like, yeah, no, it's fine. I'm okay. Like, hey, do you want to talk about it? And he's like, no, I'm good. Just for the whole day. And then luckily, like if you're lucky at the end, you pry it out of him and he communicates it. If not, then hey, I'm guilty of this. Hell, I'm in my 30s and I still do this.
I feel like a guy's Canon event, from what I've noticed, is a lot of it is they have this one girl that they really, really liked, or what's one person that they really liked, and then that person breaks their heart somehow. Not even like say the other person is at fault, but like, yeah, they get their heart broken, and then they just proceed to fuck over and break other people's hearts that they meet down the road. Like they'll have one girl or the person that they really like who like maybe cheated on them, or they had like a really bad relationship or breakup, or rejected them. And then they start taking it out a little bit on future people that they end up with. Yeah.
You think a lot of guys go through that?
I think so. Yeah. Because I think they don't talk about it as much. Like I think girls sometimes there's a lot of girlhood or sisterhood, and we talk to each other a lot. Have you seen this TikTok where basically this woman was talking about how her husband went out with his best friend. They were just chatting it up, and he comes back and he's like, yeah, David got divorced. And then she's like, oh, why? He's like, you didn't ask? Nope. Like, so they don't, like, it's just a meme on TikTok, but like it's also true, where I've heard many guy friends talk about how they don't really go in depth to talk about their problems or things. They don't get details as much. So I think that comes from like not necessarily processing or growing or developing from failed relationships or heartbreaks, that they don't know what they're changing, or or act with some emotional aggression towards other people that they don't realize.
Yeah, guys just don't talk about their emotions. I was talking to my therapist about it, and he said the way guys bond is there needs to be an activity. You can never sit one-on-one with your bro and say, hey, let's talk. Like, how you doing? Like, there's gotta be something. It's either like a hike or basketball or a sports game, but you never... like, because it's just weird for guys. And I feel like for girls, it's like, it's totally normal for them to grab coffee and like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Look, I can only talk about my experience as a guy. I'm a big fucking nerd. I didn't have a lot of friends in high school. Didn't kiss my first girl until the ripe age of 25. But for a lot of us lonely, nerdy types, there comes a path, a fork in the road, where you become an incel and blame women, or you look within and say, hey, what can I do better? And I feel like that's a decision a lot of guys like me, and I assume a good amount of people watching these podcasts are guys like me. Because I was trying to read, how do you pick up girls? How do you like chat them up? It's like, yeah, you gotta get exposure therapy and just ask girls for their time, and then suddenly you get really good at talking to girls. I kind of like looked into that. It's like, whoa, that's too much. Talking to strangers is too much. But I have picked up some stuff from it, which is just be okay talking with strangers. When I was young, I was really scared to talk with strangers, and using that, I was able to talk to strangers more. But I also try to self-improve. It's like, okay, what can I do better? We talked about this a lot this weekend, where we talked about how girls kind of have less options compared to guys.
Yeah.
And the reason is because girls had to essentially level up the last 10 years. Guys haven't had to do that. But because the girls leveled up, now they're looking for guys who are at the same level, but there's just not a lot of them. So now they have to play the waiting game for guys to realize, well, these girls don't want to date us. What can we do? Well, we can put them down, or we can try and raise ourselves up.
Yeah, I had to explain this over dinner. We were talking to somebody we were having dinner with, and then he was just like, "What, you're looking for a unicorn?" The way I described what I wanted in somebody, I said I wanted someone with emotional intelligence, somebody who like basically is a man but has a goofy side at the same time, right? I'm a kid at heart. I still I want to be fun. I don't want to be serious. Like life is serious enough already, right? And then I'm describing these things and he's like, you're looking for a unicorn. I was like, no, this is like a bare minimum thing. And I think if anything, girls just settled before because we didn't have as much rights or opportunity to like make money, like live on our own as much. And then as time went on and we're able to do that, we are like accepting mediocre men less and less. And the thing is, men could get away with how they were because they had power, they had money, they had success, and so they didn't have to like improve much as a person to still obtain like a wife or like a girlfriend or whatever type of partner they wanted. And now that girls are able to do similar things, girl bosses, like, or just have, you know, higher standards, then, and men have not leveled up yet. Not like, definitely there are those out there, but like it's just, you have to level up with, you know.
Yeah.
And so we're just like, there's so many great women. I have so many girlfriends that are single that I could recommend to guy friends, but I don't feel the same way sometimes. I'll even ask my girlfriends and they'll be like, no, there's like, or not for me, but just in general, they also think that there's no guys they would recommend.
Yeah, there's not a lot of us out there.
He said us.
I think you're both correct in the sense that you are looking for a unicorn in the sense that there's not a lot of them.
Yeah.
Right. The guys who are meeting that standard, the thing about them is they have so many options with girls because all the girls will want the guy.
Yeah.
And in that situation, the guy will then be like, well, I can have fun with like 10 great women or I can commit to one great woman. And a lot of guys would choose the first option as well because he has a lot of options and the girls are kind of like left with a good guy or like a bunch of not so great guys. Mm-hmm. So it's also imbalanced in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just, it's quite unlikely out there.
Yeah. I know more single girls than single guys actually, which is crazy. Like the single girls in our friend group, they're generally all very beautiful and successful and have great personality because they're streamers and they're all single.
Yeah. And the person I was arguing with was like, that's just statistically like not correct because there's so many single men out there. And I said, yeah, but how many of them are of quality? Which is why there's so many single men out there, because women just are not settling for somebody who's just going to be like, like I don't need to develop my emotional intelligence. And then women are going to be like, well, okay, bye. Like this hurts. I don't want to be here.
It's rough out there for single women. Like, you know, I was at the party at VCT, right, in Toronto. Why are you laughing? I just said I was at the party.
Well, I know where you're going with this.
And not gonna lie, a couple of girls were giving me the eye. Did you see that? You saw that?
See, this is where I knew he was going with it. Yeah.
You know me very well.
Yeah.
I'll admit that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even without, you know, having to rizz them up, I got girls trying to chat me up. Just because I know the other... Well, at that party, it was like me or a 19-year-old Valorant pro player.
Yeah.
So the options weren't very high.
Yeah. We all sat in a corner and I had people ask me multiple times like, hey, you see anyone cute here? And I'm like, listen, man, they're like all 19. Like, I am not trying. I hear the police sirens already. Like, no. I agree. I think if you saw Toast at like a party and then you're single female, you'd probably be like, oh yeah, I would go consider that. Or like, you know.
Oh, that's the nicest thing you ever said about me. I appreciate that.
And then you meet the real him.
Well, did you chat with them?
No, I was shy. No, I was actually pretty standoffish if I'm being honest.
I think Toast always does this thing where he politely talks to people and then leaves at some point.
Yeah, I'm not looking to talk to women truthfully, especially at a party, because it's like I'm not really in a party. I'm not interested in getting to know someone.
Really?
Yeah, I generally like meeting people outside of parties at like a work thing or like a friendship thing. But at parties, the music's loud, they're yelling at me. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. They were very nice. Mm-hmm. I hope no girls that was at that party is watching this podcast. I was just, we were just making. They were. I'll be honest. I don't even know if they were trying to hit on me. They were just being polite. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, wasn't interested in chatting up girls.
Yvonne, were there any men at the party for you?
No. No. They're all like Valorant players who are like 19.
Why are you laughing?
It's yeah. I mean, it's just like
I mean, he was like, I look, there's nobody.
yeah. I would say
Yeah.
I would not let you talk to anyone here.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, because they were just really young, and I think they would, even if they wanted to chat up Yvonne, it's like, bro, you can't handle all that. She's gonna look for a serious thing, and you're gonna be so overwhelmed that it's probably gonna scare you.
Yeah. What am I going to demand for a bare minimum? Oh, no. Too much.
Like, I genuinely think Yvonne's gonna find a guy at the pickleball court, because that's kind of the demographic, which is a little on the older side, is sporty, like social events.
Yeah. I think it's more so just like someone who's social. I think I would like.
I think maybe we can move on to a last update. Yvonne, I heard you deleted your Hinge account. Do you want to just give us an update on that?
I don't know. Well, we did the social experiment and then I was done. Yeah. I also don't know. I don't want to be on there sometimes, and people are just going to be like, hey, saw you on there. And I'm like, it's not what I'm looking for in that way. I don't know. I get, or when we talk about it, I've gotten DMs from people and they'll just be like, hey, I'm a single person, blah, 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 like this. And I would love, like, if you were, I get in my Instagram DMs or somewhere else because we talk about it on the episode and they're just like, hands up, hey.
Give him a chance. Give him a chance, Yvonne.
No.
Okay, what do you think? Do you imagine a world where a viewer DMs you and you say, yeah, I can see us having a chat, going on a date?
No.
Okay, their profile is, they're verified on Instagram and they got 500K followers and they're a content creator.
They're a viewer.
But
how much do they know? The way I always rate it on how okay I am is like there's a scale, okay? The more you know me, the more I'm not okay with it. And then the less you know me, like you could have heard of offline TV, you could have heard of whatever. That's okay. I'm not like, I would never be able to date anybody if that were the case, maybe. But it's kind of like if you know me better than I know myself, we have a problem. If you're on my stream like 24/7, you know all my likes and everything. I think it really depends. Yeah. Like prefer really high preference for the less you know me, the better. Because I like to make my own, I prefer to make my own impression on people.
Well, now they're just going to hide the fact that they know you.
Yeah, and I would not like that. I understand. I always understand the initial thing where people pretend like they don't know you, because that's how it happened to me, where they'll introduce themselves and then sometimes, and then eventually you realize like, oh wait, they start saying things and you're like, oh, you do know who I am. And then sometimes they will say like, oh, I just didn't want to make it weird and stuff. And I totally get that. Like sometimes I'm sure if I meet somebody, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I already know who you are, but I might already know who they are and I'm just having a normal conversation. But I don't think I would ever lie to somebody and be like, oh yeah, I didn't know who you were if they asked me. But I also would prefer someone told me, or if I asked them, then they'd be like, yeah.
I had this interaction with a fan at the club. He was like, oh, who are you? What do you do? And I was being polite, having a conversation. He's like, oh, yeah, you should add me on Instagram. Like, what's your tag? And he brings up an Instagram, goes to my profile, and he's already following me. And I would just remember, and he was like, oh, that's weird. Like, bro, like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Or at least don't let me see you pull up the page and, hide it for a second. It's like, hey, I just followed you. I was just insulted that he didn't think that far. But yeah, people do that sometimes, and I really just want them to say, oh, I know who you are.
Yeah, I would much prefer that. I think that's a much more normal interaction to me than you acting like you don't know but you do.
Yeah. But to be fair, if they tell me they know me, I don't want to date them. I tried out a dating app a couple months ago. And anytime a girl messages me indicating they knew who I was, I would instantly swipe left. It's like, nope, not talking to you. Not talking to you. On one hand, don't lie to me. But on the other hand, if you know me, it's too late.
Yeah.
But how would they bring it up? Like they'd be like, oh, I've seen you on YouTube, or?
They would open with messages like, hey, teach me TFT. And I don't have TFT on my profile. I'm like, okay. I just can't date someone who's a viewer or a fan, because the power imbalance. I know I joke about stuff like, ooh, I like a power imbalance, but not in that way. I don't want to date someone who's a viewer or a fan, because I think it's just a bad way to start off. Like, they would really have to conceal the fact that they are the fan. Unfortunately, it also won't work.
Yeah, when you made my account, remember we were going through it. See people be like, "Hey, Yvonne, just wanted to say hi."
That's polite. Like,
yeah,
hey,
it's just like, "Hey, what's up, man?" But like, otherwise, yeah, I would also sometimes it's even their profile even having anything gaming related. I'm like, oh god, no, you definitely know. And if they don't, they're lying. Not that I'm that conceited, but like,
so no updates,
no
more hinges.
No, I think I'm just gonna I just don't like dating apps. I'm such a person where I need to interact with you and judge you through that. I realize this, I need to be convinced. I need to be convinced like that I like you or that I'm interested in you. I know that sounds weird, but I could be talking to somebody and I don't feel a thing. And then like over time, that's when it could like seep in. But like right off the bat, it's really hard for it to be like that.
Yeah, you're gonna die alone, man.
Yeah,
you don't leave your house. You don't use the dating app.
I leave my house all the time.
With people you know, to hang out with other people you know.
Okay, and what's wrong with that? I spend time with my friends.
Where are you meeting these new people?
It could be friends of friends. It could be other events. Social. I go out to a lot of social events.
You do?
Yeah.
You meet any guys there?
No.
Meet any friends of friends there?
Yeah, friends of friends.
Mm-hmm. Do you date them?
No, but one day.
Hey Chelsea, how's your friend? The one that you said.
He's like, yeah.
I was just gonna say he's still available in Burbank.
Oh shit.
Hey, here's a question. Why has he been available for the last 2 months?
He has been.
Yeah, no, but why?
Oh, he's asking why he's single.
Okay, he's been single all his life. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Inspiring confidence.
Whoa, sorry, hold on. He's been single.
He's been waiting for his special lady. He told me recently, aka last summer, that he's ready to date now.
Uh-huh. But he hasn't dated before?
Barely.
Oh.
He's 29. He's an animation artist.
Yeah, but
say where, but
but you see, like basically what Toast received and what I received from that is like,
Toast, I got girls for you too.
Why haven't they dated? You know what I mean?
No, yeah. I think it was a choice. Just like Toast, how like you said you dated a bit later. Mm-hmm. It's like this, my friend is dating a bit later. He is a very shy guy. So he's now ready, you know. It hit him in the head. It was like, okay, this is the summer.
I'm just wondering, has a girl trained him before?
We're not dogs.
Has a girl, ignore the dog. Has he been trained before? Like gone through some emotional maturity despite less relationship experience?
I would hope so. You know? But Toast, you can say like when you were 25 and you know first.
Oh, that's why I'm concerned.
Man, you would not like me at 25.
Yeah.
Okay, there's potential here, right? Because he's untested. He's like an unidentified magic object where he has the potential to be really good.
Yeah, and we don't know what we're getting until we hit that scroll and see what stats he has.
Right? Because it's not like he dated a lot and then he's bad. It's like there's no data.
There's no data.
Yeah. There is. He's an animation artist. That means we can tell by his hobbies. He likes to stay inside, draw. He's creative. He's like 5'10".
Well, he's saying there's no like relationship data history,
right?
To like compile, like,
but you could be the first.
Acquire information.
I mean,
to be fair, one of my best relationships, I dated somebody who had very minimal relationship experience. So I believe that it's possible.
You want a guy who's had a bad relationship where the girl was the bad guy. Not that there's bad guys and good guys, but let's be honest. Some bitches be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Don't fist bump me.
So that when they come across someone like you, it's like, oh wow, this is so much better. I'm so happy, and I'm gonna be very like. Put my best
Or
foot
they
forward.
get like emotional aggression from being hurt.
No, I mean it
take it
depends
at
on
me.
the guy.
Yeah,
we
it
have a very
depends.
close guy friend. When he talks about his old relationships, like this girl was kind of the devil.
Yeah.
So that when he met this girl, he's like, "Yo, this shit's awesome."
Yeah.
You need a guy like that.
But why would you want to break them down just to build them up? Like, why wouldn't you want them when they're up?
I mean, hey, Chelsea,
Great
I don't
questions,
make the
Chelsea,
rules,
for-
dude. Hey, this is how society works. We're not everyone
someone
goes
who's
to
not
therapy,
plotting.
you know? Sometimes you just gotta pick up,
You think you'd want that then? You want a girl? Okay, I've actually heard my guy friends say this actually. They have I've heard some of my guy friends say that the girl that they're seeing right now, the girl's ex treated her very poorly. So they feel like they have less, like they're worried a bit less. They feel like they're a lot better and they treat her a lot better. And so they're not as worried about not meeting some standards because they're like, this is better than anything her ex ever did.
I'll be honest, I've thought that way before.
Yeah.
Not in a manipulative, malicious front, but I remember
Chelsea's
dating.
shaking her head.
The context was I was dating this last girl, and I thought she was amazing. I thought she was awesome. And I remember saying to her, it's like, yeah, I'm glad all your past boyfriends were so bad that you're single now because you're amazing. Like, I remember saying, like, I'm so happy that the guys you dated don't see how great you are so that I got to date you.
I see that.
Yeah, it's like a compliment, but it comes out in such a...
Sorry you went through that, but I'm glad they didn't appreciate you because I get you now type of thing.
Yeah. Because I was just really happy to be dating this girl.
Chelsea's face went from sus, like,
Yeah.
from the very beginning of when you said that.
Also, Chelsea, you mentioned that you had girls, who you could... That's dangerous.
Wow, she's happy.
Man. That's dangerous. Chelsea, if things don't work out, I don't know if you can continue being our producer.
Why don't we do a day where we go play pickleball and I'll bring a girl and then I'll bring a guy, aka that guy.
You know what's...
Whole day.
It's funny because I think we cuck each other.
That's a crazy word.
Sorry. Like we cock block each other. Wrong word. Maybe. Like,
well, actually, I don't think you would cock block me.
no, because I have had people who thought that we were dating.
Oh,
Like
in that
literally
sense.
people who I would literally assume that they would know that that's for sure not the case, but they actually thought that.
Funny that they thought I would date you.
Hey,
That's mean.
I'm sorry. That one was a low hanging fruit. I do apologize. I would be lucky to date you. I'm gonna
don't
stop.
say that. Don't say that. It's gonna get clipped. Oh my god.
That makes sense. Like, especially if you're a strange. Well, I
Yes.
don't know.
Because think about it, we post content with us all the time. You imagine somebody follows you on social media or me, and they just see like, who's this guy? They're in so many clips of that. Just be like, how do I explain this? He's my brother. He's like my brother. I'm not into incest. Like, what do I say?
Yeah, I think in that front, I can see if people don't know our relationship status, they might make that assumption and then not attempt to ask you out.
Yeah.
But if they knew that we are single and not dating, I would say you would probably be a great wing woman I don't want you to ever wing woman for me.
Why? You
Because
don't want to owe me.
No. Because when I think wing woman, it's like, hey, check out that guy, or just say nice things. I think you wing woman for me just by being my friend and interacting with me, because they see us banter at this level and have a good relationship. That's usually a green flag in itself to a lot of women.
Is that true? I don't think that's true.
You don't think that's true?
I don't know if I've ever looked at a guy bantering with a girl and thought that's a green flag. If anything, I would think, do they like each other? So now now I'm starting to understand it. Maybe now I'm starting to understand the parasocials, but like that's not the case. But like I think if I were interested in a guy, I might feel insecure. Oh my god. What would you do if they said, don't be friends with me anymore because they're insecure about you having girl best friend? People really do not like girl or guy best friends. But I think it's totally fine because I've had like a lot of people that have that.
How
boundaries
hot is this girl?
So you're saying the hotter that she is, you would.
Well, I would never abandon you. But if it's like you only see her at podcast, if Zendaya is like, disguised toes, I want to date you, but you can only see Yvonne at podcasts, I would have to think about it. Kylie Jenner.
That's wild.
Yeah, that is wild.
Okay, how about this? Do you like Timothée Chalamet?
I don't mind him. I don't dislike him, but no.
Who's a really hot guy celebrity that you would want to date?
I'll be so for real. I don't even think I have that. Like, if you told me, like, Chris Evans would be like, I'll date you if you stop being friends with Toast because I'm insecure about him, I'd just be like, I don't know how to explain to you that, like, bro is like my brother and I wouldn't ditch him for you. But you, on the other hand, would ditch me for Zendaya.
I would not ditch you for Zendaya. I would not. If any girl said, hey, you can't be friends with Yvonne, then I wouldn't date
The first question he asked was, how hot is she?
I'm just curious how hot these girls are.
10, 20.
You think I can get a 20?
No, but if they were.
I would say, hey, that's not going to happen. But I would try really, really hard to make them okay with our relationship. I would reassure them. I would show her like our entire Discord chat history, iMessage history, like not a single thing. It's all friendship. I would try really hard.
I think if they knew us, they would not, because like we don't message on Discord frequently. Like we do it literally to plan like lobbies or to maybe like OTV stuff or we do hang out, whatever it is. But like we're not like texting back and forth. I think like certain things that would make them uncomfortable is not really there. Like I don't know. Do you think, Chelsea, if you were a girl who was interested in Toast, that you would be insecure of me?
I mean, I would draw some questions because there's a lot of content online around you guys. But I think if I was a secure woman, and I think that's what you deserve, Toast.
Thanks.
I would be fine. I should be fine.
But the content is not flirty, so I feel like it's different. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. If you put it like
that, it does make sense, especially like if my relationship with that girl isn't as bantery. I think they might see that and go like, oh,
we don't have that.
Yeah,
I see.
But I think it's very different. Like obviously I would like to be able to banter with my girlfriend and have a good time.
Yeah.
I also don't think they want to have this relationship
either.
Yeah,
I was thinking like, I don't think you guys want that, because we literally can argue for like whatever. I never encountered also like when I was seeing somebody throughout the years like that they were ever jealous of you. Everyone's just seemed like they respected you and they're like, oh, okay. Like, because I think whenever we go to shoots, everything, I don't know, we were just always proper. Yeah. There's never.
I think it's also just very different for guys and girls. I think when guys see this, they don't think much about it. But when girls see it, I can see some of them being like, oh, especially if they're not super secure, like, hey, should I be worried?
Yeah, well, I don't text you for like literally no reason or just other stuff.
Honestly, we should do a Patreon bit where we just put our entire Discord chat logs on there, and it's literally all just, you're free to play games, you're free to do the shoot. Nothing about like, hey, how's your day? Yeah. That's why when you did that TikTok, it's like, hey, I'm calling to say goodnight. It's like, that is weird as fuck. That is strange.
I knew he picked it up right away because of that. I was like, damn.
That should go to show you guys how our relationship works. Like saying, hey, goodnight. It's like, hey, that's fucking weird. Why are you doing that?
I would be insecure of that relationship if I saw them texting every day or like, oh, I can't wait, I have to tell them this. And they're like the first person that they tell for everything. It'd be like, hey, like think of me first, or like most of the time, you know? But if they were the person they always went to for everything and had to call each other or like, message all the time, then I would be insecure.
Do you think your hypothetical girlfriend would be fine if you went on vacation or like a work/vacation with Yvonne.
I think they would. Because we went on a work vacation this last week and we just ate dinner with a group of people and occasionally hung out at parties and then did work together. I would need them to be okay with it because I imagine Yvonne's going to be a big part of my life for the foreseeable future. So if they're not okay with it, then they need to learn to be okay with it or like ask for things to make them feel okay with it. But if it's just like a foot down, hey, can't do that, then it's not going to work.
It's just really tough. It's like, imagine if you had like a childhood or like a really long best friend, someone, and then you meet somebody and they're like, hey, I don't want you being friends with this person anymore. It's like people that have been there for you through your other walks of life or things that other sad times that you've had or even happy times. It's like, how could you give up a friend even like that? I don't think I would ask my boyfriend to do that unless it was what I felt like a lot of boundary crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if me and Yvonne were tickling each other.
Oh, yeah. Like, that'd be weird. That would be weird. Yeah, no.
We're like going out to dinner, just the two of us. Yeah, that would be weird. But
I had to describe the situation where I was okay with like a guy I was seeing about one of his girl best friends to my other friends. And it sounded like a total bad situation. But I was like, oh, I'm okay with it. And as I was describing, I was like, oh, maybe this sounds really bad, but it wasn't. Basically, a guy that I was seeing had like a childhood best friend, this girl that he grew up with, and then they dated in junior high for like a year or something. And then she was just like a consistent person throughout his life up until like university that he still liked a lot and definitely broke his heart. But the girl's really nice. I was like, she seems great. She seems really nice. And he just said, this is all him post college and then when we were like seeing each other and everything, right? So it's been years and years, and they had been friends still throughout all that. A very close friend who he would confide in if he ever needed help here and there or whatever it was. And then when we started dating, I remember in the beginning, maybe like a little bit, but it just got squashed so fast because as he would describe his relationship or as I saw how much he liked me, I was not insecure about that at all. And if anything, I was like, oh, it's really good that you have this person in your life who seems very grounded and nice. But I realized as I was describing to my friends who were trying to say like exes are no good, that sounds really bad because it sounds like a girl that he's liked for so long and they're still friends and they keep in touch. And I'm like, I'm totally okay with that. If you're not like texting, calling every day or yeah. Do you ever get insecure about exes?
No, because luckily I only date women with bad exes. No, I was talking to a friend about this, but I'm fortunate enough, for example, to have never been cheated on. Mm-hmm. And I think a few people in our friend group has. And the way they are nervous sometimes about their SOs is like, it's very, I guess, sad to watch in the sense that, oh, wow. Like it was really traumatic for them that they're constantly worried about this. And I feel really lucky that all the people I've dated have never made me feel that way. I like never for a second with any of my exes made me feel like, oh, I'm worried about this guy. It's like, oh, is something happening? Mm-hmm. And they never done anything to make me feel that way. So I never had to worry about them talking to an ex or having a crush on another guy.
Yeah, I think it's a very case by case situation. I think maybe what could give you less faith is if they have cheated on somebody with their ex before, if they keep in contact, had this like long crazy history or blah blah blah. But I think if you're sound enough, I feel like I don't know, to me, like somebody that I've dated before, depending on how it ends obviously, but if throughout the relationship they mostly treated me well, I think they're a good person, which is why I liked them in the first place or lasted as long as we did, etc. I would think it's fine to be on amicable terms with someone like that I've had in my life. So I think that's a normal thing that I would feel for the other person to have as well. Yeah, because I get that. But I totally get the people who like have trauma from somebody cheating on them with their ex. Because that would definitely make me insecure as well about my future SOs and still being in contact with their exes and stuff. So I get it.
Do you think it's okay for people to be in contact with their exes?
To a degree, yeah. Like I said, as long as they're not like frequently talking or like hanging out or like calling each other, hey, like just, well, it really depends, whatever you're okay with. For me personally, I am not okay with that, but I'm okay with you being like, oh, we're just gonna catch up. Like they can have a one-on-one. That is totally fine with me. As long as I am comfortable with that person. If I think that girl was like a good person, then I'm okay with it. If I think they were like a bad person, I'm less okay with it. I don't know why, but I'm more secure the more I feel like they're a person you're worth like keeping in touch with.
And let's say you trust your boyfriend, but you don't trust the girl.
Oh.
And you tell your boyfriend, oh, I think she's into you. And he's like, no, she's just being friendly. I'm going to go meet her for coffee. How would you feel?
I would not be okay with that. Disregarding my feelings. I think that's a problem for a lot of things. If you just are not comfortable with it, I want the response to ideally be kind of like, okay, if you're not ultimately not comfortable with it, I won't go. And I would prioritize your feelings over like a lot of people's, especially hers. Like then I'd be okay. And I would almost be more okay with them going at that point. But I think for me, if the other girl has like romantic intention, then I would not want them to go. If they're purely just like old friends catching up, I'm okay with it.
Do you feel like you would be annoyed that you would have to even ask them not to go? Instead of them being able to read the situation, it's like, oh yeah, I'm not going to go.
My ideal situation is that they come to me and they say, hey, like so-and-so reached out to like have lunch. She just wanted to catch up. Is this something that you're comfortable with? And I'd just be like, yes or no.
Your ideal situation wouldn't be them saying, hey, this person reached out, but I'm going to reject that because I don't feel comfortable doing it.
It could be either or, but and then if it's not necessary for them to do that, I would tell them like, oh no, you don't have to. I'm fine. You can go to lunch with them. But yeah, those two are fine. There's no bad, I feel, in that. Yeah.
My toxic trait is if they have to ask, I get a little like, a little
sus.
A little, well, not sus. It's more like, oh, I kind of wish you knew the answer. It's like, hey, can I go meet my ex for coffee? Like, I don't want you to ask me and then I have to say no. And then you're like, okay, then I won't. It's more like the perfect ideal situation for me would be like them just saying no. It's like, oh yeah, my ex tried to ask me for coffee and I'm going to say no.
It depends.
Yeah.
It really depends for what type of relationship it was and stuff. I would appreciate that if it were someone I was insecure about. If I felt like I liked that he took that initiative and I wanted that result, then I would be like, yeah, thank you for doing that. But if it were someone I didn't really have, I was kind of neutral about, I wouldn't need that. Yeah. But you would want them to just say no?
Kind of. If my answer was going to be a no, I could have been a yes. But if it was going to be a no, this is more my thing that I know I should work on because never anything wrong for someone asking. But my ideal situation is that they know me well enough or know the situation well enough to say no.
Yeah. I think the thing of that is like you would feel seen by them already knowing the answer. And that's what I think I would prefer too, if that were the case. I think the thing I notice or I feel the most nowadays is I want someone to make me feel very seen. Like they just know me and my tendencies or like what it is. Like, oh, like this would bother you. And you already know not to like make that step because you know that.
I agree. I'm going to add on. I think like, it's kind of like, why would you want to, if you already know the answer, like, why would you want to push it any further? I think it's also a respect thing. Like, if you just respect your current partner, I think, like, yes, there's different situations that it could be different, but overall, it's like, what's a coffee right now? Like, it's going to be okay. Like, if you're my future partner, you're my person, I'm going to respect you and I'm going to make sure you feel protected. And I think that's a big one.
I've always judged it on, like, a healthy amount of what, like, who matters more. It's like always should be your partner that matters more, right? Like to a healthy degree, not saying you drop all your friends for them or like blah, blah, blah. But if you're weighing decisions that are reasonable, it's like this person ultimately matters more. Decision made.
And you want to protect them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I keep calling people chat nowadays. Everyone does that now. Well, chat. Thank you all for watching the podcast. We're actually going to film a little Patreon segment. So if you're interested in watching that, please subscribe to our Patreon. And thank you all so much for watching this week's episode. We'll see y'all next week.
Oh, thermometer.
For what?
Your butt? Is that just like a giant sink?
Close. It's a urinal. Because sometimes they don't want to install like 6 individual urinals. You see this more like in China or at the club. It's just like, here's one long
Bathtub.
box. Yeah.
Tub of.
So you just piss in it.